What do we think of this t-shirt then, huh? So Toys R Us in the UK recently had a half price sale on all Power Rangers toys. Everything. Half price. Unreal. It included everything made by Bandai, so Ninja Steel, Legacy, the movie line. Everything on the shelf was included, new or old, and it didn't differentiate between, say, the Legacy Falcon Zord or the Lion Fire Fortress. The prices on everything were just good. It was the best promotion they've probably ever done, certainly in all the years I can remember. The problem was that when I got there, I realised that there was nothing that I actually wanted to buy. And it got me thinking, why am I not enamoured by this? Why am I not doing like a mad trolley dash, throwing everything off the shelves into the cart? I'm not collecting Ninja Steel, though the prices were fantastic considering how new it all is. My store barely had anything Legacy themed. Toys R Us UK aren't selling the Power Sword or the Ninjetti coin, so what would have been 2 dead certs for me weren't even available. So that just left the 2017 movie line, and this is something I've been waiting for a sale on. But I still didn't buy what I thought I was going to. I think there are 3 key reasons why someone like me, and I appreciate I am in no way the target market anymore, would choose not to buy into the brand at the moment. And I think they're all really quite recent, new reasons. To a degree, I think they're all fixable. The first and most dissuasive of all, I think, are the ridiculously inflated prices we have to pay over here in the first place. Any market outside of the US seems to get a really poor show for Power Rangers toys. Not only do we get fewer of them, we're also forced to pay a massive premium on the ones we do get. And it's just been getting worse in the UK lately because of the weakening pound. Here's a good example. Toys R Us have done a very low-key stocking of the previous Legacy figure waves. They charge £20 a figure, which is about $26. Not great, but acceptable. When the movie figures arrived, which were late, they wanted £30 a figure. That's $39. Or in other words, about double what you'd pay for the same thing in America. That's insane. To buy all 6, which you would need to build the Megazord, it would cost you $235, nearly double what it would cost in America. So I just don't get this, because it's like having to pay eBay scalper prices up front. I had 4 Legacy movie figures in hand, but the prospect of having to track down blue and yellow did not appeal, either on the aftermarket or by on a potentially fruitless search, driving around different Toys R Us hoping to find them still. And before you ask, no, they weren't on the website. So I left them, even at £15, which would have cost actually less than it would have cost in America. I still couldn't go through with it. I think if this promotion had happened a few months ago, I would have gone for it. But time's given me some perspective here, and I walked away. I also considered the 5-in-1 combined Megazord. A few months back, I was obsessed with the idea of buying this thing. But seeing that giant box on the shelf again, I was just left wondering, do I really want to take that home? Unfortunately, the answer was no. It's freakishly out of scale with everything else, which seems to be something Bandai love doing at the moment. Up until this year's movie line, every Megazord released over the last 7 years were all Zord Builder compatible, or pretty much the same scale. But now we're getting these strange new sizes, Lion Fire Fortress being another good example recently. And of course the upcoming Legacy Zords, where they're starting with Tyrannosaurus and Saber-Tooth Tiger. We'll see if we ever get the rest of the dinosaurs in that scale, because I'm not sure of anyone who's picking those up. These giant size Zords are not good quality. I've seen countless reviews talk about how weak the connections are and how unwieldy this thing is in its full combined mode. What are you supposed to do with it? The extra cost you pay for it just doesn't seem worth it. The third thing I nearly went for were the giant Goldar and interactive Megazord, as they're pretty much the same scale. The price really were best ever. I could have had both for £45 or about $58. But again, I didn't want to go for them because they're just such blocky, unwieldy things. I looked at them and I thought, just wait, maybe one day there'll be a movie Megazord worth having. But I would rather either have a good Megazord somewhere down the line or no Megazord at all. There's a mature decision for you. The other thing that put me off these, and it's true of the individual releases of the combining Zords as well, is the open packaging. Bandai have done this with their roleplay items and weapons for years. I think because their weapons are often such different sizes, it's hard to commit to closed packaging. It's also way cheaper for them to not have to put a closed box around things. And also in a retail store environment where I expect a lot of impulse buys happen, the open packaging encourages kids to get a hold of these things and hopefully never set them down again. I don't like it, but I can accept it for the roleplay items and weapons because it makes quite good business sense. For the Megazords, it doesn't make any sense. You can't play with them on the shelf. They're just basically getting dusty, scratched up and losing pieces. They're losing value by being on the shelf. You can't have such pricey items in packaging that implies that they're inconsequential throwaway items. I'm obviously a fan of keeping boxes for things, and you can't do that with these, which tells me Bandai don't consider them collectibles, or even worth keeping. If they're not worth keeping, they're not worth having. I'm just not enthusiastic enough about the movie designs, and that's ultimately what caused me to walk away from all of these items. But the reasons I've just listed really compounded that decision. Yes, the movie figures were late when they reached our fair aisle, but if they had been £20 originally, I probably would have snapped them up the first time I saw them. But I knew they were put at £30 to eventually go on sale. Only problem was, when that sale came round, I'd moved on. The only combining Megazord from the movie should have been a must-have for fans, but it's such an unpleasantly unpractical beast. And I didn't want the largest item in my collection to be a Megazord I don't even like the look of. But still wanting something a bit more accurate and representative for the movie, I of course looked to the interactive Megazord and Goldar. But that open packaging meant that these would just be big blocky items forever gathering dust, with no way for me to keep them looking in any way presentable. I didn't leave totally empty-handed. There was one thing I purchased just to try and support the brand. Movie Red Ranger. Pretty basic. You'll have seen I already have the translucent figure set with the metallic Goldar. Something I'd paid over the odds for on eBay just to have, because I didn't expect we would ever get it here, or that when we did it would quite sharply go on half price, so really messed that one up, didn't I? Anyway, I bought this because I wanted a Red Ranger that matched the colour of the other Red Rangers in the action hero scale. Originally I quite liked that my translucent movie Red Ranger stood out from the TV show Reds, but now I just think, sit down, stop drawing attention to yourself. I find it funny to think that the movie line toys are some of the biggest toys we've ever had from Power Rangers, but their time on screen is absolutely minuscule. What do you guys think? Do the changes in scale and open packaging put you off buying these toys, or am I just being really picky? I'm really curious to hear your thoughts, so do let me know. Do go and check out my Instagram at PowerRangerGram. Hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you on the next one.